Hi everyone, this is Marty Harger back from India, and today I'm really excited to talk to you about creating your own oil blend for traveling. Now, those of you that follow me know that I was in India. In fact, last week I was recording from Rishikesh, which is a really fascinating city, really the hub worldwide of yoga, where things began and where there's so much available in terms of yoga. It's a fascinating place to visit. And I'd love to tell you more about that at a later time. But what I did want to talk to you about today is the fact that over the course of that journey, I was on a lot of forms of transportation. I was on airplanes for over 30 hours traveling from New York to Africa and on to India. I had plenty of time to practice meditation on the plane. But when I got there, I wanted to have a regular form of asana practice I could do in my hotel room. And I wanted to have a blend that I could work with to help myself feel truly grounded while I was there. Of course, when I travel, I always have like my little CD case full of essential oils for physical and emotional needs. This is a great way to go if you haven't already done this when you travel. It's a lot lighter weight, and quite frankly, even if you're gone for a couple of weeks, you're unlikely to run through all of the oils. And if you do, you could put, 3 minis of lavender or whatever it is you like to use. But I found that this is really helpful for my health, physical and emotional. But I wanted to create a special blend for myself. So when I researched what I thought would make sense, something that I could mix up in a little mini container, a little dram, I came across a combination that I think makes actually a lovely blend. And that is a combination that includes 10 drops of balance, which is great for oxygenation. It's helpful when you're in different time zones. And on top of that, I put 2 drops of patchouli. Patchouli is great for mental health and focus. It is a wonderful aroma that in blends. Sometimes by itself, it's a little much for some people, but it is a beautiful oil. It made me think about India, so I wanted an oil that was coming from that part of the world. And then I topped it off with 3 drops of rose essential oil. And the rose essential oil is, of course, heart opening. It's healing. It's a wonderful antibacterial, anti-infectious oil. So together, this beautiful combination, again, of 10 drops of balance and 2 drops of patchouli and then 3 drops of rose. And I'm so glad we get the rose undiluted. Of course, this is a super precious oil. You know that you can buy the rose oil from doTERRA now for $275 wholesale for this 5 ml bottle. So each drop is worth quite a bit. But you know what? You're worth it. I'm worth it. And so by putting together this little blend, what I would do is just, again, I have a little mini dram. I take a couple drops and I would just rub my hands together, cup it around my nose, and take in all that that offered. I usually put a little bit, whatever remains, on the back of my neck, rub it in, and to begin a gentle asana practice in my room. I find that these oils are very grounding, and when you have been in different time zones and you've been literally up in the air and your energy has been scattered by being around people from all over the world, speaking all different kinds of languages, running through security, running through airports, making sure that you get where you need to go. It's very helpful to have a tool that is reassuring with aromas that bring back that sense of well-being and calm. I mean, of course, there's many, many choices with the essential oils for that, but I really like this combination of balance, patchouli, and the new undiluted rose oil together to really give myself that message of grounding myself, being in India and opening my heart. As I explored India, I was there very purposefully to put together a fantastic itinerary and plan for a group trip to India next fall in 2020. And I'm excited to unveil more about that over the coming weeks and months to see if this is something that might interest you, to join me in traveling to the home of yoga, the birthplace of the spiritual practices that many of you incorporate into your practice, and to explore the culture and what makes it such a unique place in this world. The essential oils are a key part of life in India. Many of the oils that we use come from the southern India area. They are used along with other Ayurvedic herbs and practices in many, many ways. throughout the country. So if you're interested in something like that, please feel free to leave me a message or a private message me, and I'd love to include you in my list with all the details as they become available. In the meantime, if you have plans for a great trip coming up and you want to continue your yoga practice in that environment, I just encourage you to think about creating a unique blend that represents that trip for you, something that will help encourage you to ground yourself each day before you go out into the world, wherever you're going, and to begin with the breath work, the meditation, the movement in asana that will help you feel at home in your own skin, at home in your own body, no matter where you are. Feel free to take a look at these little CD cases. They're offered at almost all the accessory stores. But this honestly is a great way to go when you're traveling and want to have oils for your yoga practice, oils you might share with your travel mates or people that you meet along the path. So I hope that this was helpful today. Maybe you can take a few minutes with the oils that you have and combine this combination of balance, patchouli, and rose oil, and make yourself your own travel blend for the traveling yogi in you. Take care, everybody, and thank you for joining me today. Namaste.